Hey guys, Finlox here, back with our blind playthrough of Disco Elysium. So last time I believe we finished making some phone calls, basically, in Kim's motor coach, whatever you want to call it. I don't know. So it's kind of funny because afterwards, GOG asked me, they're like, you've been playing this game for a while, give it a rating. Which I find interesting just because of, like, why 3 hours? Is it because most people don't typically play much longer than 3 hours on a game? Like, why not 5 hours? I guess that's my question, but if I'm gonna be blunt, and I don't know how much has to do with the buddy of mine that's basically been nagging me to play the game, but my thoughts on the game so far, Disco Elysium, is that it's not good. Basically, there's nothing compelling about the game that makes me want to continue playing it. The best thing about it, I would say, is the art, and that's not even very good. It's just oil. It's just an oil painting. It's just an oil painting. The writing is millennial writing. It's, you know, it's kind of cringe. The characters aren't interesting so far. I realize it's only a couple hours, but by this point I should want to continue playing more, and I don't. I'd rather go do something else, but I'm hoping it gets better. I'm hoping there will be something afterward, that at least grabs my attention a little bit. And I realize, yes, I said the best thing about it is the art, but the whole, like, voices in the dude's head, like, that's a gimmick. And once the novelty wore off, which is like, oh, the guy has voices that talk in his head, and I'm like, neat. Moving on. That was about how long it took for me to get over it. And I'd heard about it before, so it's like, it was not like, ooh, I have to play this game. And that's the unfortunate thing about it, because everyone seems to love this game. And what this makes me think, because like I mentioned, the characters aren't interesting, the setting's not particularly interesting, the story is not interesting. The music is good, but it's nothing really stands out about it. Writing is basically trash, and the art is fine, but I've seen oil paintings before. So, but games like this, games like every other game that lately people are like, oh my god, this is so amazing, you have to play it, really makes me wonder, is this just a new generation of gamers, right? Because I've been gaming heavily since the early Nintendo days, right? And, people are like, oh my god, Outer Wilds is amazing, you have to play it. And I play it, and I'm basically like, it's just mist in space with a time loop. It's like, I've played games like this before, and it takes a lot to impress me, basically. So and at least back then, it was the first time that it was done, it was revolutionary. Whereas this, it's like, oh yeah, I haven't seen this in 10 years. It's like, cool. That's kind of my thought. Like I said, I'm really hoping we're going to continue. I'm really hoping something interesting will happen. But that's all. That's all. I guess the most creative thing about it so far would be this. And I don't even know what the point of this is. The thought cabinet. Like, oh, you gain experience on these things by equipping them. Okay, neat. Anything else? Alright, so last time we were going to go with... We have an ability to get a level up. And these are just the voices in our heads. Voices in our head. And they're not always good. Like Authority, I'm pretty sure intimidate the public, assert yourself. That could be good, it could be bad. Depends on the thing, right? Info, right? Do I want to read all of these is the problem. I guess we'll read, fucking hell. Yeah, screw it. Let's see how many. We'll go through the first 6. Oh, these are all intellect, psyche, physique, motorics. Wait, can I add a point to this as well? Or what does this do? Or is it... What is the... Do I pick one of these, or do I get 1 and 1? I don't know. Your capacity to reason. Oh, well, you can't level up that, so fair enough. Learn skill, bonus from items and thoughts. Power to influence yourself and others. How well your body is built. How well you move your body. Probably would want to do something in psyche. And it... See, it looks like these are all highly upgradable, and these are not. Right? And I imagine these are opposed intellect and psyche, and... Then there's the physical character, which... Or maybe these are... I don't freaking know. Anyway. Doesn't matter. Who knows? Logic is wield raw intellectual power, deduce the world. Cool for analysts, pure rationalists, obviously logicians. Logic urges you to analyze the living daylights out of the case, enables you to piece evidence together, detect inconsistencies in statements, and impress everyone with your astonishing conclusions. It's the bread and butter of many a detective. At high levels, logic will be able to solve even the most complicated puzzle. You'll be very proud and thus susceptible to intellectual flattery, for those blinded by their own brilliance often miss important clues. With low levels of logic, you're going to have a hard time solving even the simplest puzzle. Even if you find the pieces, good luck putting them together. I don't know what this crown is. Is that part of the thing? Or is that because we have the thing? Because we chose the thinker. Cool for thinkers, historians, trivia freaks. Encyclopedia makes you a know-it-all, turning your mind into a database of facts, enables you to draw on these facts innately, offering a wealth of background knowledge to all things related and unrelated to your case. Who knows when the history of cigarette brands will provide the breakthrough you need to arrest a murderer, or when knowledge of pre-revolutionary guns might save a life. At high levels, Encyclopedia shares this wealth of knowledge to an almost overwhelming degree. While it may give you crucial breakthroughs, it more often will clutter your mind with useless tidbits. With low levels of Encyclopedia, though, you'll be forced to walk with only the clues, or work with only the clues in front of you. Without any background knowledge, copying is going to be tough stuff. So everything's a trade-off. Call upon your knowledge, produce fascinating trivia. Practice the art of persuasion, enjoy rigorous intellectual discourse. Ideologues, conversationalists, would-be politicians. Rhetoric urges you to debate, make intellectual discourse, nitpick, and win. Enables you to break down arguments and hear what people are really saying. You'll spot fallacies as soon as they're used. What exactly did the waiter leave out of their testimony? What was the dancer trying to divert you from? Was that double entendre intended, or did you just get an accidental lead? At high levels, rhetoric will make you an impressive political beast, one whose beliefs are impenetrable, which is to say, one whose mind will not change, one who will calcify. With low rhetoric, though, you'll have a hard time shooting down any argument. Nailing people to their testimonies will be nigh impossible. Yep. Okay, well. Play the actor, lie and detect lies. Cool for undercover cops, thespians of the stage, psychopaths. Drama urges you to treat the world as a stage and on it perform. Enables you to lie, to concoct the most elaborate and wonderful stories. Take on ingenious personas and perform acts of stagecraft in an entertaining amalgam of forgery and deceit. As well, it enables you to see through would-be actors and their false antics. If they lie, you'll know immediately. At high levels, drama may render you an unsufferable thespian, like a theater kid. One prone to hysterics and bouts of paranoia, for to know the world is a stage is to know the truth is vanity. Interesting. However, with low drama, you cannot lie or discern when others lie, and a cop who can't do either is a cop who's soon going to be lying 6 feet under. Conceptualization, understand creativity, see art in the world. Creative psychedelic fanciers, critics. Conceptualization is a special role it wants you to play in this world, not the role of cop, but of art cop. Better than axe cup, I guess, or worse. It enables you to make fresh associations, delve into the world concepts from Jen Karp's postmodernist carpery to Revachal's arabesque architectural style, Dideri Dada, even the concept of hardcore, and then importantly to add your own contribution to these works. And see, this is where all the writing just feels like it's trying too hard. At high levels, conceptualizations makes you go big, perhaps too big. It is ostentatious, demanding grand displays. Why live life when you can throw yourself into a live volcano? At low levels, however, you'll be unable to see the world in a creative light. You'll be unable to contribute to conversations in an art gallery. Only boring people will invite you to their dust parties. And what is this constant clicking I'm hearing? It sounds like I just played Prey. It sounds like when you're near a mimic that is at an object, it like vibrates a little bit. And that's what that... Is it a camera? Anyway. Visual calculus, reconstruct crime scenes, make laws of physics work for the law. I don't know how much of this we've seen yet, but we're going to go find the body and then we'll probably see more of it. Cool for forensic scientists, tactical fighters, math-minded people. Visual calculus versus you not only in the laws of the state, but the laws of nature. Enables you to create virtual crime scene models in your mind's eye. You'll see how a bullet shattered the glass, and from that trace its trajectory with mathematical precision. You also count so many footprints and at a glance discern shoe size and design, as well as the height, weight, and gender of the one who wore them. At high levels, visual calculus makes the world reveal its secrets to you, but you may be so absorbed by your mind diorama you don't notice as crooks steal your pants. However, at low levels, your mind's eye will be blind. Reconstructing crime scenes will be difficult without outside help. CHR, what is this? Character? Inventory, journal, I guess. Thought cabinet. Okay. All right, cool, good enough. Yep, okay, so sure. Some great tectonic force had cracked the pavement like an eggshell. Oh, yep, I see it now.
The worn and beaten wooden planks of the bench do not look overly comforting.
Okay.
We can sit on benches after we've solved the murder. Let's go.
You can revisit the bench if you ever need to pass the time when Lieutenant Kitsuragi is gone.
Okay. Okay, we got people. We got whatever that is. But first, let's go talk to what's-his-face in the bar again. In the world, whatever. And meanwhile, time is going, and we're probably going to become homeless, but it's fine.
Can I help you?
About the money. I've seen something here at the Whirling, a thing I need to talk about. What did we see? Okay.
What thing?
Saw a sign that said the mess hall is reserved for the Union, or I can't go into the kitchen. Why can't I go into the kitchen? Let's just do number one.
Yes, not the whole damn Union, thank God. Just the nastiest and loudest faction.
Okay, I don't understand.
They come here in the evenings. Dumb, unruly types. Think they're big shit. But they're good customers. They place big orders and always pay on time.
Ah, right. He's talking about us.
We should find out who this Lord faction is, occupying the booth. Loudness means talkative, and we need info.
Gives you a meaningful nod. How do we find
We
them?
don't. We have to wait. They'll show up sooner or later. Men get hungry, even striking men. If not today, then they'll be here tomorrow.
Yeah, I saw a sign earlier. It said 1600, so...
There are these things called days. You sleep between them. He's saying they'll come after you've slept. Just making clear you got that.
Is that what he's saying? I mean, they could come today. I couldn't go into the kitchen. Why can't I go in?
What are you, a cook now? That's none of your business.
But there may be something pertinent to the investigation in the kitchen.
He wasn't pan-fried. He was lynched. What could the kitchen possibly have to do with...
Changed his mind.
Okay. The kitchen is closed until 1 p.m. because the cook is working. You can snoop around after that, if you must.
Right on.
What?
By the way, you should come back to this thing-based questionnaire if you see anything interesting in the whirling later.
What is that? Oh, another thing. I see. Talked to Sylvie. She left because of me, not you.
Wait, what? But what about the bird?
The bird?
Yes, the bird. I found it lying on the floor with a broken wing the morning she left.
Ah. Oh. Wait, was he... I thought she... whatever. Was he covering? Whatever.
You broke the skewer.
His face is flushed with emotions. A rash covers his neck. I'm gonna, may as well take the blame. He hates us already.
I assure you it was him.
Why on earth did you have to break the skewer?
I just break things. It's the way I am. I guess.
I can't believe it. I was so sure it was Sylvie. Even worse, I thought she was trying to send me a message. Symbol of hope and all.
Oh, wow. She's like, I reject you so much I destroy this bird. Okay.
A tender type of hope. Something stirs in you. Perhaps this is why you broke it.
See, they pronounced the emphasis there. Good job.
All right. Did she say anything else? About me, Did she say anything about me?
She said she was flattered. It was just bad timing.
Really? I should give her a call then.
Wipes his brow, stares at the counter.
Thanks, I guess. Was there anything else you wanted, or...?
We were sort of hoping there would be a gun, an expensive jewel, or at least a sword in it for you, if you deliver the message. Oh well.
I mean, okay, we did it for experience, right? We weren't expecting some sort of weapon when we're trying to find our gun in the first place, right? By the way, I'm gonna sing karaoke here.
Absolutely out of the question.
Why?
Absolutely in the question. First we find a sad banger. Then we sing this place to shit.
Why?
Your body is ready, sire.
Okay. Goodbye. Find out who is in the union box. Keep an eye out for them. And yeah, all right. Okay, so we can go in here. I think past 1300. They said so. It's it's coming along. All right, what next? We could go to the murder. We could talk to all these people around here. Kind of my thought is explore this area. Too bad there's no map. Is there a map somewhere? They said there was a map somewhere, right? M, map. Why is that? Okay. Oh. Fisherman checks. A giant egg, huh? Okay. Is this the whole map? Well, let's talk to her. Is that a her?
RCM in Martinez. What can I help you with?
You sound surprised.
We don't see a lot of police around here. That's all.
I have some questions for you.
Of course. What can I help you with?
We need directions.
Of course. Where to?
Where am I?
What do you mean?
I'm a bit disoriented. This is Revachol, right?
Yes, sir. District of Martinez. This intersection is called Roundabout North.
Good enough.
He knows where we are. He just wants directions.
The lieutenant seems uncomfortable with the level of disorientation you are displaying. I guess let's say what's north. Are all these people going to give us directions?
There's the pier, the Cape Side apartment buildings, some more tenements. Not a lot, really.
What's in the east?
The harbor gates, some kind of commotion, I think. I don't follow the local politics. A fleet store, too.
What's a freight?
Some shops and a bridge. The canal bridge leads to the coast, but it's broken, I think. Some kind of accident, probably.
I asked what was in the south, and what's on the other side of the canal?
Just coast. There's a little fishing village there, and a fish market. But that got closed down ages ago.
And that's where the villain is hiding, in the abandoned amusement park. Like Scooby-Doo.
It's just water. No, actually, I think they call it the Martinez Inlet. There are some islands in the bay, but they're hard to reach.
Let's ask about the dead body.
Oh, that's right there, in the yard.
Continue.
Even all the way over here, there's a drop of death in the spring air.
That's all for now.
No problem.
She's very well composed. Back straight.
What is this fuck the police business? I guess I'll ask.
Excuse me?
The street sign says fuck the police. Point to it.
Oh, well, I didn't write it there. I'm just sitting here.
The gardener. Oh, okay. What about the other sign? Pigs go home? Who are these pigs?
I don't know anything about that either. As I said, I didn't write it.
Fair enough.
Pig is a widely used term for members of the police. It's not loving.
Yep.
No need to worry. We are not saying you did.
Okay. Well, I didn't.
Who are you exactly?
Me? I am just a gardener.
She hides it well, but behind the sweat and dirt there is something else in her rigid posture.
Okay, cool. And what are you doing here?
I'm working.
Working on what?
I have a greenhouse in the yard there. I've been trying to get some work done.
What?
Well, as you already know, there's a corpse there, hanging from a tree. It smells pretty bad, so I have to take breaks.
Don't worry, miss. We are here to clean it up. You can get to work soon.
Thank you. My head is about to explode from all the salts I've had to inhale.
Salts? Ammonium salts. Perhaps useful for later.
I could ask who are you exactly again?
She hides it well, but behind the sweat and dirt there is
There's
something.
more to you than that.
Is there?
The quickness of the reply certainly does not prove you wrong.
Yes. What are you doing here? Or maybe? Let's say yes. What are you doing here?
I'm working.
Working
I have a
on
greenhouse-
what?
Well,
But continue,
worry.
continue.
Salts. Ammonium salts. Perhaps useful for later.
Okay, anyway, I have to
of
run.
course. I won't hold you back.
Okay.
If there's a corpse, then you're going to need those gloves for the autopsy.
Oh, interesting. One more thing. Can I borrow your gloves?
Sure, keep them. I have another pair.
Hands you the rubber gloves with no visible annoyance. Alright, well that is good. We're just gonna... Oh, shift works. Awesome. Closed for winter. Please use main entrance. We got a magazine stand. Glossy magazine. Most able-bodied men. This issue hosts a top 10 list. Okay. Jump Jams. A popular music mag. Welcome to Revachol. We got, what, the trash can? Take all magnesium. +1 morale. Healing item gained. Okay, oh, it's a... Oh, morale. Got it, yeah. Freaked. SIC. What is that? 3 T's. How idiomatic. Okay. Oh, we got people. Why don't you... Fuck off. We could probably talk to that dude, but I want to pick up the coins on the ground, I think. 30 cents. Awesome. Okay. Well, let's talk to this dude. Saffron.
Welcome to Revachol.
The remark isn't addressed to you, it's addressed to the lieutenant. Racist lorry driver. Why are you addressing my partner like that?
Don't you welcome to Revacholmi. My grandfather came here from a 3,000-year-old racist isolationist culture, while your ancestors came to this island a mere 300 years ago.
Okay.
Every school of thought and government has failed in the city, but I love it nonetheless. It belongs to me as much as it belongs to you.
You tell him, or what's happening, you sound angry, Kim.
It's men like you who keep Revachol divided, making it that much harder for everyone to climb out of this post-war limbo.
I don't know, man. So the weird thing is if you actually look at basically white people are the least racist people because they're the ones that actually try and be colorblind. No, wherever, and people are gonna be like, "Oh, you're so racist" by saying that. It's like, go elsewhere. You know, actually go and visit other countries and look at it. You don't even have to do that. You could be here in America and just look at different races. They're all racist. Everyone's racist against other races. That's just how it is. Every other race, and when I say every other race, I mean all non-whites, have a racial in-group preference. That's just how it is. You know? It's like, yes, I would love it for everyone to be colorblind, but let's not pretend that we live in a world, you know, where if no other races are actually trying to be colorblind or get along, then why? You know what I mean? Like don't, you could badmouth him, but he's probably not racist. Cool, good on you. But he talks about his other culture that you came from, and they're racist and isolationist as well. Awesome. But then don't pretend that your ancestors are not. You know what I mean? I don't know. I guess the point is, if we're all going to play by a certain set of rules, then let's all play by them. If we're not, then don't berate me or other people for whatever. You know, you have to either apply it evenly or don't apply it at all. That's standards, is basically what I'm saying.
What he means is, fixation on the Revacholian nation makes it harder for Revachol to actually attain self-determination.
Okay. On the Revacholian nation? As opposed to what? Because that's the other thing, right? It's like, you can have, like, I'm of the opinion that, like in America, right? America, as an American, I want all the best people here regardless of race. Like, I don't give a shit what race they are, as long as they're the best and they're proud to be an American. That's how I feel, right? It's very strange to me that you get all these people here that are descended from whatever country, and they're like, and you ask them what they are, and they'd be like, oh, you know, I'm Mexican, I'm Cuban, I'm whatever. But then you get some people, and I've seen this a lot in the Hispanic cultures, right? Some people, and they're like, oh, I'm Mexican, Cuban, Puerto Rican, whatever, but they've never been there. They're American. They were born in America. They've never left the country, but they're like, oh yeah, I'm Cuban. And by the way, Cuba is awesome, right? And it's just like, you're ignorant. That's what you are. But then you also meet people that maybe they're literal first generation immigrants that have come from those places, and they're like, no, I'm not Cuban. I'm American, because Cuba, usually it's the communist thing. You know, it's just very, seeing discussion of racism by people that don't have all the facts, it just bothers me. And I don't have all the facts either, but it's like, I don't know, it's just frustrating in general, because many people are hypocrites, many people are ignorant, and many people, the majority of people, just want to win. They don't care about truth. Whatevs, let's move on. So he's right, you're undermining. Stop ripping into this guy. Limbo, what's going on here? Who is Limbo? Let's say Limbo, what's going on here?
Oh, come on, man. I just said welcome to Rivachol. It's a lorry driver thing.
Is he Limbo?
I know exactly what you meant. You think my kind doesn't belong here, that I should watch myself.
Limbo.
And behave. But you see, I'm an officer of the RCM. It's actually my job to make sure you behave. I would advise you to remember that.
Silence. The air between them becomes tense.
Fair enough.
Your partner needs backup. Now's your moment to shine.
Fucking A, Kim, I've got your back. Give the lieutenant a punch on the shoulder. Well, I think we all learned something here. Smile at the lorryman. See, what does this mean? Is this like, no, I'm taking Kim's side? Or... I think I should do this one because this is overt, and I have no idea if this is whatever, you know?
You two make a cute couple. You know that?
Ah, okay.
The lieutenant exhales and resumes his regular calmness.
Yeah. Okay, fair enough.
Whatever you say, officers.
Okay, waits impassively, cigarette smoldering between his
He
fingers.
smells of heavy motor oils and his breath of high tar content cigarettes, probably Astra Whites.
What was that argument all about? I guess I'll ask.
It's about biological determinism, natural law, the sorting of the races.
You were a bit strange. Like, very highbrow, because normally they... I don't know, whatever. Because, you know, it's like, oh, he's a racist, but... Like, he's stupid, but for him to be like, oh, biological determinism, you know, so-and-so's law. Yes. Like, very...
Not the most popular topic nowadays, with the coalition in charge and all. You might want to change the topic. That is, bury your head under the sand like common sheep.
Okay, alright, I get it, someone has to be the unpopular guy. Alright.
I'm not the only one. Look, I've read books. The science of racial theory has all been proved, even if some people don't want to accept it.
Okay.
People who've studied these things say that you and me are superior by design. So, naturally, we Occidentals should be in charge. Obviously, you can see the merits in that.
Occidental. What is that? Is that non-Asians? Because I've heard the term before, but I never... I'm gonna look it up. Occidental... What is it? Occidental, relating to the countries of the West. Okay. A native or inhabitant of the West. So yeah, like Eastern would be Asian, Western would be Occidental. Okay, cool. Man, I don't know. Who the F knows? The thing is, there's no... Life is a series of trade-offs, right? When you say... who knows? You know, are Asians... Here's the thing. Let's say Asians are, in fact, the smartest of all the races. So what? What does that... I mean, what does that mean? Does that mean they're the best to lead? I don't know. You know, I mean... Superior by design... you know, that's the thing. It's like... I mean, it's very strange that the first dude you talk to, or, you know, is... They're like, oh, he's racist. Why? Because he's quoting... Is it the developers that are like, oh, see, this guy, he's quoting science and all this stuff? Is this supposed to be... Because there are people like, what's his name? Richard Spencer, that are very studied, I guess. I don't know. They would potentially be. Haven't watched much of the dude's stuff, but I'm sure he could quote, crime statistics at you, right, for different races. What else he'd be able to quote as far as studies and data, don't know. But my thought is, again, it doesn't really freaking matter if you treat everyone the same, right? I've said it before, black people get a lot of shit. There's obviously the quote that 13% of the population are responsible for 50% of the violent crime, all this stuff. And it's like, there's even I don't know if it's a meme, but there's the chart, the IQ heat map, right, that shows either of the world or by race or whatever, and it shows black people are the lowest in intelligence. I don't know what that means. I don't know how you evaluate that. Is it just IQ? Don't know. But let's say, for the sake of argument, I mean, I don't even know if that's true or not, but let's say it is true. What do? And the answer is you treat them like everyone else because they're still people. And that's why, again, kind of like the whole standards thing. You apply the standards. You figure out what the standards are and you apply it. And then if you meet the standard, great. If you don't meet the standard, then whatever, right? You break the law. These are the laws that are set. If you break the law, I don't give a shit what race you are. If you break the law, you break the law. That's how it should be, right? And also, superior, who gives a fuck? You know what I mean? Like, what if maybe they're less intelligent? I'm not referring to black people in general here. I'm just saying a race in particular. Maybe they're the least intelligent ones, but what if they're mid-tier fathers or parents? What then? I mean, what then? If they're decent parents, but they're dumb, what does that mean? It's not just one variable, is what I'm saying. And like I said, it doesn't really freaking matter. So what else have you thought up? Tell your prime example of superior design. And by the way, just jumping back to all of this discussion on race and all that stuff, it's useless. It's freaking useless. And the fact that we're even talking about it, I'm kind of like, it's intellectual masturbation, and it's fine, but I don't care. It's useless because, like I said, what really matters is having a standard and applying the standard equally to people regardless of race, gender, intelligence, whatever. Because you notice they're talking about race, and when we could be talking about, well, we should apply the law. It's like, yeah. Anyway, so whatever. Okay, let's jump ahead. Right, I've already made up my mind. Want to hear it? Jump ahead. You don't want to hear more of his lecture. And I can either be a racist or I'm anti-racist. Me. And here's the other thing, right? Like I said, it would be fantastic to actually be colorblind. Like, I'm not even anti-racist, right? Because racism, here's you want the real truth. Racism is necessary for the survival of the species, which sounds freaking crazy, right? But identification by race is a really quick way to identify individual tribes of people. And the thing about tribes is your odds of survival and passing on your genes increases within your in-group. It is a race is a way to define your in-group. And as long as you stay within your in-group, you're more likely to survive and pass on your genes, as well as benefit. Because the reality is the world is a shitty, terrible place, and everyone's out for themselves, and and basically they're out for themselves, and it is basically a zero-sum game. The more stuff that I have, the less other people have, and you know, it's terrible, but I'd rather benefit even if it means that someone else has to lose. Like, I'd rather be on the winning side, not on the losing side. And everyone is the same way, even if they say that they aren't. Like, that's the thing, right? I would love it for people to be able to move past racism. But they won't. They just won't. There's always going to be the lowest common denominator. And I mean, oh my God, you can't even get people. We're talking about video games right now. Some of my best friends, right now there's the discussion about, you know, GTA 6 being $100, you know, Switch games, Xbox games, PlayStation games, they're all going to be $80 soon. It's like, and some of my best friends are like, oh yeah, I think that's reasonable. $80, $100, yeah, that's reasonable. I mean, they work so hard. They work so hard on those games, and it's like, you should not be cool with that. You should not be cool with someone else benefiting at your expense. That's not good. You know what I mean? We can't even agree on that. We can't even get people to agree that they should have their own best interests in mind instead of multi-billion-dollar corporations. We can't even agree on that. We are never going to be able to agree on race, you know? So it's like, I would love for all of us to become enlightened and transcend our animal nature, but that's not going to happen. So, yeah. Let's move on with our, you know, fake, our pseudo-intellectual bullshit. You know?
Go right ahead. You may be a cop, but that won't help you avoid the calamity to come.
Yeah, okay.
Lieutenant Kitsuragi's stern expression remains unchanged, but you sense something there, below.
Okay.
Not a lot of moral fiber on this one yet, he thinks, wriggled out of it.
What does that mean? Wriggled out of what? Anyway, what are you hauling?
Oh, not much anymore. I'm here to pick up some cargo, but the dock workers are on strike, so it's a sit and wait on your ass situation.
See, I guess I just finally figured out that lorry driver, like truck driver, I thought he was the dude that sells the magazines. Because if there's just a magazine stand, what is it, the honor system? You know? Anyway. Wait, how long has this been going on then?
The strike? Oh, they've been at it for a while. A month, 2 months maybe. But this here is just the last week or so.
Okay, so I assume this is a truck right here then. What kind of cargo are you supposed to pick up?
Apples.
Okay.
Apples is exactly the kind of thing you'd say if you had something to hide.
Yeah. Apples?
Yeah, apples. I take it you had other questions?
Okay, well...
Oh, not much anymore. Apples.
Apples is exactly the kind of thing you'd say if you...
Sounds like a cover story to me.
Look, as detective, I come from a long line of lorrymen. We got ancient rights and privileges.
Okay, loses patience for explaining it.
Oh, I'm here to pick up a load of fucking apples, man. Just regular Koiko picked apples.
Okay.
Koiko may be another derogative for a person from Grad, you think.
Oh, so they grow apples in Grad?
Yep, it's one of their main exports. They grow them down South Yekokata. A beautiful place. Got great scenic vistas.
In fact, Yekokata is a desolate wasteland whose name literally translates to Zone of Ecological Catastrophe. It features no scenic vistas and supports virtually no plant or animal life.
So what is he, a slaver? Because he mentioned something that, for Coco or whatever, maybe a person from somewhere else. Yakukata, not in the south. They definitely don't grow apples there.
Yeah? Says who?
It's literally in the name, Zone of Ecological Catastrophe.
Then, I guess they grow apples somewhere else. You can never really tell with those koikos. They're everywhere, except their own homes.
You keep saying koikos? What does that actually mean?
He means the people living in Grad.
Yeah, you know, Gradniks, Gradvolk, those degenerates from Grad.
Okay, so it's an ethnic slur, but why the word koiko?
Cause that's what they're all called. Koiko Pichik, Loslav Koiko, Koikovic someone. Low self-esteem those guys have. Mind you, they look Occidental, but they're not really like us.
Okay, so it's an ethnic slur.
Hey, if the name and description fit by the very grace of nature, who am I to say otherwise?
Okay, so can I see the apples?
Did you miss the part where I said they aren't here yet? Besides, even if I did have some, I wouldn't go putting my nose in them, huh?
Looks at you with a strange glint in his eyes.
Relax. You've got all you can get here. He probably doesn't even know what he's hauling, even if it is something unsavory. So he'd remain unaccountable.
See, that's helpful that they tell you, hey, you've gotten all you can from this conversation. Okay, so you said some of the rights and privileges of Lorryman.
Oh yeah, they're a big deal. My great-grandfather was a carter, had a royal license and everything. We've tried to hold on to our privileges.
What's a carter?
Someone with a cart. What did you think it was? That's how deep into history our thing reaches. Before machines.
And that's a privilege, or so he was a garbage man? Let's say privilege.
Sure fucking is. We have a guild and everything, huh? Very ancient. Very prestigious.
You're in a carter's guild?
Goddamn right. They've been trying to fuck us out of our heritage in the name of profit. But when they try to replace us, they'll regret it.
Continue.
Trusting street thugs with their goods is going to fuck them right up the ass. Mark my words. Generations of practice ain't no laughing matter.
Do I go back into there? We're done for now, I guess. Alright, let's go this way. Oh, autosave, Jesus. Okay. Well, that's... Okay, this is the clothes. Thick latex gardening gloves in classic yellow. Maybe you should retire, take up gardening. It's worth a thought. Okay. Excuse me. 4 hours or 53 minutes. Let's go in here. Okay, what do we got? A few things, strangely enough. Yellow roses, dozens of them, tulips too. Melancholy pop song plays on the radio. Looks like you get a little interaction thing with all of them. So let's stop for now. Again. Sure. Let's save over this one, I suppose. There's a lot of autosaves. Alright, save over this. Delete selected. Maybe. Not yet. Okay, save. Really wish to reuse bits and replace the contents of the save game titled, yes? Is it trying to say, do you wish to overwrite? Yeah, I mean, oh. Anyway. Alright guys, that's it for today. Thank you guys so much for your time and attention. Really do appreciate it. Really hope you guys are enjoying these episodes. It's gonna be all like this, isn't it? Where, you know, even the regular common truck driver is allegedly well-versed on racism and all that other stuff. Yeah, I don't know, man. It's fine. It's fine. Yeah. Like, that's the thing. It's like, we can talk about race and all that stuff, but none of it really matters if you're not willing to apply standards, right? Because that's my big issue, is all these people, the leftists, especially, the ones that they're all like, I'm anti-racist, I'm anti-fascist, whatever, right? You bring up, you say, you know, the whichever election where it was Biden, Trump, and Biden won, right? And you say, well, he cheated, right? Because there was, what, 80 million, 90 million people, extra votes that didn't come in the second time. Where did they come from? You know? Right, so they're you know, in the weird like little thing, and it's like you just ask the question. It's like, was there fraud? And they're like, there's fraud all the time, or this and that. They hand wave it away, rather than saying like, hey, fraud's bad, we should get rid of fraud, right? Instead of actually being for the standards, regardless, they'll make excuses, right? And that's the big hypocrisy. That is why none of this stuff matters, because it doesn't matter if you talk about race and blah 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 and whatever. If you don't have moral principles to back up your stuff, if you don't have standards, none of it freaking matters. You can pretend to be a good person all you want, but if you're not actually a good person, it doesn't matter. So, yeah. Anyway, like I said, thanks so much for your time and attention. Do appreciate it. What are your guys' questions, comments, concerns, good, bad, or indifferent? Let me hear it. I'll read all of them. I'll respond to all of them. What is your guys' unique puzzle moment for today? For me, I guess it's the hop water. Maybe hop water is the brand. I was just thinking to myself, like, I don't really want to play another one, but I will tonight. I don't really want to play another one in general, but I will. So that's my unique puzzle moment. So hopefully your guys just as good, if not better. Hopefully better, of course. And I hope to see you guys next time. Till then, guys, take care.